Welcome back to the Mystery Files podcast.
Podcast. Hello.
I'm Logan.
I'm Tiffany.
Welcome back, folks.
Welcome back to the show. It was so weird. After we did our little hello, the air turned off, like, right as we stopped, and it was
did.
whoa, that's so strange.
The air conditioning wanted to, like, hear us speak.
I know. It said, let's create some silence for the room. Create some vibes.
Literally, like, just some eerie vibes going on.
Now it is kind of eerie without the air. It's freaking me out.
Yeah. That's, like, fine, though. Like, maybe a little ghost will come and, like, hang out with us a little bit. It'll be fine.
A ghost among us.
Among us?
Among us. Yay, I'm so excited to do the show today. I've missed you so much.
I missed you too. I had such a busy time at work, but I'm here. I'm alive.
You're thriving,
Great.
you're surviving.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, I've missed you.
I missed you too. It's crazy that, like, I moved up here and then I've had to do all the things you're supposed to do when you move.
I feel like it's so hard getting settled once you move to a different place,
Yes.
but as soon as you start getting settled, it's gonna be...
I've started picking up
Perfect.
organizer stuff, so
Ooh,
now, like,
an
everything's
adult.
starting to... I know,
Little
right?
organizations.
I'm like, okay, blanket chest, okay, blanket basket.
Cute.
It's so nice, but I'm happy to be back and doing the show.
Aw.
I'm really excited about this case this week. I was really going through trying to figure out, like, what we were gonna do.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I took a little more time to do it because I think it's gonna be a way more interesting one than what I probably would have done. I need to rephrase that because that would have made me way more interesting than what you could do.
Anything more than something you would ever think of ever doing. Because you suck.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Okay, theater.
But last episode we talked about giants.
The Legend of Giants. And you mentioned something interesting to me when we were just talking about it a couple minutes ago, about Danny.
Oh, yeah. Danny thought that the giants in Afghanistan was from an internet story. And I was like, well, it's from a book. It was
in a published book. I mean, maybe people on the internet have talked about it.
Yeah.
But it was in a book. It was in a book, my guy.
It was just really funny because it was just like help change perspective a little bit because it's like, what? This is crazy.
It's like you can't believe the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how we can believe a book more, but like somehow it seems more official.
Yeah.
But that was a really fun case to do, and I feel like I've thought about it a few times since. Just like
Yeah, me too. I feel like I was like scrolling through TikTok trying to look for like some too, which was fun.
Aw, that's so fun.
I was like when I was doing the social media editing for that one, it was so funny because I was like looking at pictures of giants and stuff, and I was like finding just like big friendly giant,
Aw, cute.
cyclopses. It was just like crazy to try to find like good art or like good like pictures of giants.
It is kind of hard to find them. I don't know why.
They are, yeah.
But did you watch the BFG yet? Or no?
No.
One day you'll watch the BFG.
The picture I saw of the BFG, he kind of freaks me out just a little bit.
That's half the fun. He's like cute, scary.
He looks like Geppetto, kind of. Like from Pinocchio.
Never seen the resemblance before, but I don't doubt you.
Old and weird, big nose.
Yeah, well, Pinocchio?
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Geppetto's the old guy. Or do you mean the little, like, green guy? That's not Geppetto. Geppetto's the old puppet man.
Yes, him. The
like,
BFG looks like him.
But, like, who's that green guy? The conscience
Jiminy
dude.
Cricket?
Jiminy Cricket. What a guy. That guy, I could be Jiminy Cricket.
We need a Jiminy Cricket, I think.
Aww.
Oh, and then I would go flick him off my shoulder.
Get out of here. Your opinion doesn't matter.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm excited for this week's case.
Yes, well, actually, this case is a, how do I word this? I don't want to say a real mystery, but this happened. This happened. This isn't up for debate. These things happened. So I'm really excited to get into it.
Ew.
Would you like to give me a little drum roll?
Of course I would.
This week on the Mystery Files, we will be covering the case of TV broadcast signal intrusions.
Ooh. I don't know what that includes, but I love that.
So, just people who have hacked TV airwaves to make videos on channels.
I love it already.
Yeah.
I only remember, like, the SpongeBob ones.
What do you mean?
The, like, lost SpongeBob episodes? Or, like, episodes where people have, like, said to have taken over the episode and, like, sent, like, evil things to kids' brains. Like,
Yes,
do you know
I've
what I
heard
mean?
of that story before.
Yeah, that's the only one I think I really know, though. So
It's basically like that. And it's really creepy.
Fun.
And we'll have a video to show you, too, of one of them.
Ooh, that's what I need.
Yeah, so it's, like, super exciting. Danny has also heard about this case before as well because, we're going to do 2 cases.
Okay.
So when I looked this up, there's a lot of cases. But these 2 are the most interesting. And I'm excited to, like, get into them. But one of them took place during an episode of Doctor Who.
Okay.
As well. So that's really funny. Like, it's just, like, it's crazy what these people, like, we're going to get into, like, the reasonings why they intruded on the broadcast. Very fun stuff.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
I'm loving that you're finding inspo from Doctor Who.
That was a coincidence.
Oh,
I wanted to do this case already, and then it was a coincidence that it was already, like, with Doctor Who. I was like, that's crazy.
Fun. I started watching Supernatural. Slowly but surely.
Are you doing okay?
I don't know. I'm only on episode, like, 7, so...
Oh my god.
I'm really not that... I just keep putting it on, like, randomly when I think of it. So I think I'm going to find inspiration for cases, though, from watching it. Because
that's smart.
Essentially cases. Same with, like, the X-Files. Like, it's, like, the same sort of setup.
Which I still haven't watched after how long we've done this podcast.
I bet there's a counter. Someone should make a counter
of how many times you've told me to
on
watch
episodes
it.
I've said, Logan, watch the X-Files.
No,
I
literally.
bet there's probably at least, like, 8 times.
There has to be.
Yeah.
There's probably, like, 20.
You're right. I do love that show. It makes sense. The logic is logicking.
But to cite my sources real quick, I got my sources from cybernews.com and from the Lost Media Wiki.
Ooh.
So that was really fun. I actually want to go back and dive into there sometime because the Lost Media Wiki has a lot of interesting things in it, a lot of really creepy stuff.
Ooh,
so
I'm
maybe
excited.
We'll do Lost Media stuff in the future.
We should. Ooh.
All right. So we're going to get into the first one, which is the Max Headroom incident, which is case number 1.
Ooh.
All right. Exactly 34 years ago, millions of Chicago area residents became unwilling witnesses to a major broadcast hijack. On the evening of November 22nd, 1987, a masked person took over the transmission twice, spouting incoherent jokes and trivia for over 2 minutes in total.
Trivia.
Yeah, so he's just, like, doing, like, nonsense stuff.
I kind of love that.
It feels like a joke. It's just, like, so weird.
It feels like all the bits you see for, like, I don't know who this guy is. That, like, masked guy, but he's, like, the face of the Illuminati or whatever it is.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It has, like, that kind of vibe.
Yeah, well, this guy also wore a mask as well.
See?
So, yeah.
Things are connecting.
So, this event was dubbed the Max Headroom signal jacking over culprit's choice of mask. Spurred speculation, albeit without closure. Despite a lengthy investigation, authorities could never get their hands on the person behind the attacks.
They still haven't found that?
They still haven't found him. It's still unsolved.
Ooh.
I mean, it's a mystery.
A mystery.
It's a mystery.
A mystery file, if you will.
A mystery. Yeah, so however, lack of clarity has immortalized this event, making it a must-known for every connoisseur of hacker culture and subversive art. So this is apparently a big thing people enjoy.
Okay, like a legendary hacking.
Yeah, like this is known as like a legendary hacking moment for this
Ooh.
guy.
I love that.
All right, so the first interruption. From a modern perspective, the Max Headroom hack looks like a scene from a hacker flick like Mr. Robot or even a techie horror movie. And the more you read about the hack, the stranger it gets. So the first intrusion occurred during the sports segment of Chicago's WGN TV newscast and lasted for about 25 seconds. It went to a 10-second black screen, interrupted the broadcast at first, followed by a creepy-looking masked person in front of a metal background.
Ooh, that's freaky.
So it almost feels like it's a subliminal message or something. Like you just get... Shh.
If I saw that, I'd be like, imagine you see that, you're home alone, you're watching TV and you see that. I would think that, like, I'd lost it.
No, literally. Because, like, also this was back in 1987.
Oh, gosh.
So, like, the thing is, you can't call your friend. You can't text your friend.
No.
Like... being like, hey, did you see that as well? You know, like, you can't...
Were you watching the TV?
You can't check your sanity.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be so freaked out. Also, I feel
Yeah.
like this was also prior to when they started having a delay on, like, live television. Because I feel
Yes.
like now they have the live in case, like, they have, like, a delay in case, like, something happens. Like, someone swears or something crazy happens.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, actually. I wonder if that's the case or not.
Like, might be part of it. I don't know what year it was, though.
When do they make delays in television?
A little delay in television. But that could also be part of it in case someone hacks into it.
The short delay is often used to prevent profanity, bloopers, nudity, etc., etc. The 7-second delay was introduced in the 1950s and early 1960s.
I wonder if they just didn't use it all the time or why it couldn't have stopped something like this.
Yeah.
Unless, like, well, I guess if they hacked it, they couldn't get access back to their programming.
I think so. I think that's probably what it was. Is like they had no choice because, like, I think like maybe what that person saw was live. Or it might have just been like a little video clip, and he was just trying to like process it in.
Oh gosh.
That'd probably be better, which is even funnier to think about when we watch the video.
Ooh,
the
I'm
fact
so
that he
excited.
maybe rehearsed it, or like he went in and did it.
Aw, those
And then-
poor, like, TV engineers are probably like, I'm gonna lose my job.
Oh
my
my
god, I
God.
can't get it back.
I can't imagine working there, because like I wonder if like some people weren't even creeped out. They're like, come on, man.
It's an average
It's a
Tuesday.
Wednesday. They're just trying to get through their work
Come
week.
on, we're almost halfway. Let's not hack my station.
No, literally. So it was unclear whether this character on screen had anything to say, but a screeching digital noise accompanied the interruption at the time. Baffled, WGN TV's engineers cut off the intrusion by changing the signal frequency, linking the broadcast studio to the station. Okay, so they were able to cut him off
Okay.
at first. So that's probably has nothing to do with like the delay system. It was probably like cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras. What is happening?
the original cut the cameras dead ass.
Let's cut it. Get this off.
So a sports anchor, Dan Rowan, commented and said, "Well, if you're wondering what happened, so am I," because they all saw it in the studio.
They're all like,
when it
what the heck
happened."
was that? Oh gosh.
So that's what happened when they came back on air. So there was like this 10-second loop, and the sportscaster was just like, I don't know what to tell you, folks.
You know what would have been worse if this was the weather? It's like
There will be rain and heavy fog.
and heavy fog. A plague will fall among you. And it's like, oh my god, it's supposed to be sunny today, or
You can look through for acid rain and
acid rain.
partially sunny skies on Wednesday.
It will rain blood, and then the sun will come out, and it'll be so fun.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Good luck.
Oh my god. So, who is Max Headroom? So, Max Headroom, this is such a weird choice.
Okay.
But this is crazy. So, Max Headroom is the creepy aesthetics were not random. The culprit was wearing a mask imitating Max Headroom, a fictional British TV character.
Ooh.
The original show featured a fictional artificial intelligence character. In reality, the computer-generated appearance of the character was created with prosthetic makeup put on by Canadian-American Matt Frewer. In the TV show, Max Headroom was a journalist who was assassinated over digging dirt on the corporation that owned the TV station he worked at.
Stop, that's crazy.
So he's doing like a little like homage or like
Yeah.
I guess just like a reference being like, this is real life.
He
Wake
wants
up,
to be
people.
him. He wants to be him. Also, I was going to ask you earlier if this was animated, but I don't think it would make sense animated for this time, now that I'm hearing the premise.
Yeah. Well, just to show you what this guy looks like as well, this is what Max Headroom looks
Ew.
like.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's just like kind of creepy and jarring looking. If anyone at home, we'll probably put a picture in.
Yeah.
We'll send you one.
Yeah.
But if you're listening on Spotify or any of your other listening,
Any listening platforms.
look up Max Headroom, the fictional character, because it's just like really jarring. Like he looks slightly off.
He looks like a funky, like, is it Rick Astley, the guy who did, like, Never Gonna Give You Up?
Yes, he does.
Like, he kind of looks like that, but, like, platinum blonde and uncomfortable.
He kind of does look like evil Rick Astley, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of freaking me out.
He said, "We're all strangers and you'll die."
And I'm like, I can't. Ew, he does look kind of like he would like try to like hypnotize you or something.
Don't look at that.
He's got those eyes. Oh wait, what was it?
It was the actual picture of the guy who dressed up in the mask.
Oh, you said spoilers.
Yeah.
Didn't see nothing.
So yeah, he was assassinated for working on this TV station.
Oof.
So Headroom's hacker friend preserved his brain and uploaded it to the network, making the former journalist a digital entity. So we're still on the Max Headroom fictional character.
Oh my gosh.
Took his brain, put it into the computer. So this guy is, I think, at least what I think he's trying to convince people of is that
he is him.
it's real.
I kind of am obsessed with that. I love that.
It's so funny. It's such
I love
a funny
the
thing to
dedication.
do.
Well, what if this guy was having some sort of like psychotic break, and this was him being like, "I am him," like not even like. Oh well, here we go.
Well, we probably, when we watch the video as well, you'll probably see a little bit of that. It looks like he's just, like, off his rocker.
Aww.
Completely off the can.
Poor guy.
Like a tale in a modern horror, the ghost of Headroom used to pop into broadcast sharing snarly, sometimes offbeat jokes with a pinch of social commentary.
Ooh.
So, yeah, this guy was just like, I'm going to become the real-life Max Headroom.
Was this like a comedic show at all, or was it all just serious?
I don't actually completely know. It feels... So, if it is serious, I'm going to say this right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy, because this should be, like, campy.
I feel
that
like...
should be, like, so funny.
This would have killed it on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I feel like this has big Adult Swim vibes, but it was probably serious for that time.
The show is literally called Max Headroom.
That's so fun.
Satirical science fiction.
Okay, ooh,
okay, phew.
Fun.
I was about to say, if he looked like that and it was serious,
It was serious?
girl.
It can't be that serious.
Girl.
It's not that serious.
Literally. It ran for 1 year and got canceled, by
And they
the way,
said that's
everybody.
enough. Well, what else are they gonna do? He's stuck in the database.
That's so funny.
Is it on any stream?
What do they do for so long? He's stuck in the database.
Oh, yes! What are they supposed to do? Oh, no, I'm stuck. Yeah, you are, my guy.
Every week, like, gee, I hope Max is still stuck in the TV.
He taps on the screen. Hey there, I'm still here. Nothing's changed. Sicko.
They're like 48-minute episodes, so like it's just a loop.
He's staring at you, staring at him. You are.
That's so crazy.
Help me. That's what
Oh
he's
my
saying
God.
Over and over.
That's so funny.
Do they have it on anything? I bet it's on Prime. How much you want to bet?
Max Headroom.
Prime?
Watch online.
Perfect.
You have to pay for it.
I'm not
If you
paying
guys
for
have
it.
$2 to spend, you can watch the first episode if you're feeling him
on Prime.
on Prime, or any other website if you're feeling risky,
If you want to get
Wink.
some bugs
Wink.
in your computers.
or if you want to download an ad blocker before that. Wink.
Well, listen. Whoa,
Wink.
whoa! It gets crazier. What if these people gonna watch it on a different, like a weird website, and
screaming.
and then Max Headroom is stuck on their devices.
It's just like all you see.
You turn on your computer to go to work, and boom, his face appears,
Oh my God.
tapping on the screen at night.
I hope you forget about this, but now I'm just thinking, what if I like make Max Headroom my phone background?
Next case,
And
I
then
have
next
I turn on my computer.
He's my home screen.
I think we have to.
That'd be so good.
That's so sick.
All right, on to the giant masterpiece.
Ooh, this is like the hijacking.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It's his second attempt. So, it took a second attempt at hijacking the TV signal for viewers to hear what the people behind the Max Headroom mask had to say. Around 11:20 p.m. on the same night, the hackers penetrated the signal of another Chicago-based station, WTTW.
Ooh.
What the would?
What the Tiffany would. Tiffany Walker.
What the Tiffany Talker
What
would.
the Tiffany Walker? Perfect. You got it.
So, the culprits interrupted an episode of Doctor Who.
Hey!
Opening a line with, he's a freaking nerd.
Crazy. They said, let's stir the pot a little bit. Nerds rise up. Fight
So-
Max Headroom.
So, it's just so funny because it makes me think, like, they were Doctor Who fans or something, or knew, like, what they were broadcasting in. Because, like, they were calling, I'm pretty sure, at least in this context, the Doctor a freaking nerd. So the actor who was playing him, they're like, Look at this guy. I'm getting a little wah-wah.
The thing is, I feel like the guy who's playing Max Headroom is the one off his rocker, considering he's like, I'm gonna choose some really niche thing and add one season or whatever to, like, make this whole thing based off of it. I feel like, how is that less nerdy?
Yeah. So he followed the He's a Freaking Nerd line with a digital laughter, which sounded almost exactly the same to the original laugh Max Headroom would say in the show, like his laugh during it, which is really,
Ooh,
fun.
is it freaky?
It's a little weird.
So my question, are both of the videos, or are you going to have both of the videos, like, the full length to show me, or just, like, bits and pieces of them?
I have the full video from the Max Headroom thing.
Ooh.
For the second one, I only have one visual.
Okay.
That's still, like, pretty interesting.
Okay.
So, there wasn't much coherence in the 90-second long video as the culprit glided over seemingly random subjects the whole time. WGN sportscaster Chuck Swirsky, was singled out as a freaking liberal.
When they say it like that. They had to have said it like that.
Yeah, freaking wibble.
Yeah.
Followed by a show of a Pepsi can while calling a slogan used by Coca-Cola. So this guy was just like...
That's crazy.
Going
He's
everywhere.
all over the place.
I just feel like this was his attempt at stand-up.
Yeah.
Live. Like, he was the first Netflix special. Because he was trying anything he could.
He was just making vines, making memes.
He was the original Viner. That's crazy.
He's the Viner.
Later, Swirsky said he was concerned about his safety as he was seemingly singled out in the transmission for no apparent reason.
Oh, gosh.
Cut to the quick chase of it. Nothing came of it.
Okay.
Like, he was just, like, joshing on him.
He was joking.
I would feel the same way as he would, though. Like, getting my name called out, I wouldn't feel great either.
Yeah,
but,
especially if someone's hijacking. You don't know what their, like, motivation is.
But he also called a science fiction character a freaking nerd and called him a freaking wibble.
Yeah,
so.
not that serious.
Right. So, the hijacker proceeded to hum a tune of the 1966 song Your Love is Fading by The Temptations.
Oh, I love the Temptations. At least he has taste. I love the Temptations.
At least he has a good sense of music, right?
He knows good music.
However, the somewhat juvenile presentation makes it hard not to see a movie villain in the twitchy, strange-sounding character.
Aww.
This is crazy.
You know what I'm picturing? I just rewatched Sky High recently.
Really?
And I'm picturing, those two little, like, creatures that are inside that, like, helmet thing.
Yes.
What's her name? The villain that plays Ramona Flowers in
I know who you're talking about.
Her character, her, like, father character.
Oh.
And he's like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I remember that.
Those two like, characters.
This case also reminds me of, like, a Spy Kids bit.
Yeah, it does. That's
right?
so fun. It is definitely very Spy Kids.
Yeah, so, what was I gonna say? Oh my god. I have to remember. What are the Spy Kids monsters called? The ones that they made into the clay?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh my god, hold on.
Just type in
Clay
Spy Kids monster.
Because it's crazy, actually. Like, in retrospect, as, like, a adult, from a kid watching it, it's a crazy thing to say.
Oh gosh, they look like the Halloween Town monsters. What is that? What you're thinking?
They called them.
What?
They called them Floops, Fooglies.
Ew.
Which is fugly. It's the word fugly.
That's crazy. They
They
got
called
away
them
with that.
the Fooglies.
That's crazy.
Because it's just the word fugly, like an ugly.
That's crazy. They got away with that.
Isn't that insane? I came to that conclusion.
Kids.
I think last week I was like, oh my god.
You're like, how'd they do that?
I know, girl.
Ew. Is this in the first one?
I think it's the first one. Yeah.
I don't remember them that much.
Remember they have them going down the thing, going, "Help us, save us," because they get turned into the Fooglies.
I don't know why I don't remember that.
Wow.
I just watched this again, like, a couple weeks ago.
See, they, like, turned him into this ugly looking thing.
I hate that.
Kind of looks like you a little bit.
That's so rude.
Okay.
Sick. Disgusting. Evil.
So, the character on screen, the Max Headroom character, went on to say, "I just made a giant masterpiece for the greatest world newspaper, nerds."
I love his vibe.
He's so
You
weird.
nerds. You idiots.
The hacker proudly stated in the middle of the video, WGN TV's The First Station Hackers breached that day stands for the world's greatest newspaper. Mm-hmm. So, the interruption continued to a side view of his exposed buttocks, spanked with a fly swatter by a female character.
Huh?
We won't have to watch that part.
Okay, good.
But a few seconds after that, the broadcast returned to normal, leaving many baffled by the ordeal.
I'm baffled, but I didn't even watch it, and I'm baffled by the ordeal.
You haven't even seen the visual yet.
It's for the best. It's for the better. Yeah, disgusting.
So the second hijacking ended because the hackers ended the transmission. So the WTTW did not have engineers on site who could have countered this disruption of the signal. So no one was working at the station when they decided to hack the broadcast. So that's how he was able to do it for so long.
I wonder if he, like, knew these people wouldn't be there and, like, planned. Like, how in advance would he have known?
Honestly, there's a good chance he, like, knows people that work there or, like, worked there himself. Because, like, how did he know how to get in there? He has to be some sort of genius.
He's a janitor.
Can you imagine? The next day he's like, oh, sorry, just mopping up the floors.
That hijacking was crazy last night.
And they're like, why do you have that fly swatter impression on your pants?
It's somehow, like, on his pants. They're like, there's an indent. They're like, this is kind of weird.
He has, like, mask indents. Like,
they're like,
hey,
I know that anywhere.
It looks like you wore a mask, a Max Headroom mask yesterday. Can you tell me about that?
Why does your face look like Max? It's so weird.
Oh my god. So, would you like to watch the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little afraid.
All right. Go. There's just an intro to the video, of course. So it's gonna start with the Doctor Who episode and him cutting into it.
Oh, that's so fun.
It's so cool.
You should talk often with the old ones of your tribe. That is the only way to learn.
I'll get you a hot drink, miss.
I've seen some dry clothing.
Isn't this insane?
My mystery file.
Oh, I just made a giant masterpiece for all my greatest world newspaper nerds.
It's crazy, right?
It's so unsettling.
So yeah, we'll cut to right here after the spanking.
Thank you.
And then it just...
As far as I can tell, a massive electric shock. He died instantly.
The generator? Are you always so careful?
It was very dark.
That's crazy.
What?
That's so unhinged.
Isn't it?
That guy is funny, though. I'll give it to him.
He kind of ate that.
That was really creepy, but, like, in the best, like, funniest way.
Well, it's funny because I just feel like we talk about it a lot for, like, the 1970s and, like, the 80s. Like, I feel like this probably would have been terrifying to see on screen, possibly.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, if I saw this now...
Comedy.
Funny.
That's funny.
Hilarious, even.
Imagine you're watching the football game. Well, imagine you're watching something that's not the football game.
Literally.
And it pops up. I'm like, you're watching football.
If we were just hanging out and that happened... I couldn't contain myself.
know.
I would be like crying for the rest of the day.
I don't know how to process that. That's crazy.
I know, and that's why I wanted to do this case because it's just so crazy. Like
he has like Joker vibes. I feel like that's what I'm trying to see, like what is familiar about him, and he has Joker vibes to me.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm basing this off of just, like, watching it. I have no, like, knowledge of this in terms of the case.
Yeah.
But I feel like this could have been, like, one of those, like, iconic trailblazing things that's led to, like, Anonymous doing the type of videos they do.
Yeah.
Or, like, when people hijack signals still or do videos like that. Or you'll see in, like, media, like a Marvel movie or something. You'll have, like, a villain being like, you can't destroy me.
We're hijacking this.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, like, so they definitely never found this guy. They have no inkling of who did this?
No idea still.
Man,
Remains unsolved.
I bet this person's probably still alive. Maybe.
If you're watching this, send
Please
us an
tell
email.
us. Oh my gosh, please tell us. I would love to know. They're probably going to be so excited. Well, I don't know how they're going to find our case, but if they do find our case, how cute would
Come
that
hang
be?
out.
Tell us.
We'll do the next hijacking with you.
We got you. Don't you
I'll
fret.
wear a mask.
I can do a silly laugh. Please. Please.
Yeah, so it was crazy.
Oh.
So for context, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
when I was researching this case,
Yeah.
I only read a little bit about the case first, and then I was like, I want to see this video. I just want to know if it's worth it to even try to do this as a case, because it was like one of those things that was like, I'm not going to finish reading this if it's a boring video. I'm not going to do it. I should have read the whole article, because I just, like, I was like, what is happening? And then I just see him getting spanked, and I went,
Stop. You have no idea. I mean, hey, it's like you experienced it just like the people who are watching Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You experienced it how it should have been experienced.
I just don't know why I keep finding crazy videos like this, and like the well to hell. Like,
Yeah, where are you finding these cases? I'm like, tee-hee, giants, dragons. And you're like,
spanking a
hijack it.
bugs with a fly swatter Coca-Cola.
Hijack the broadcast. You're crazy.
Oh my god.
I love it.
All right, so on to the next part, targeted attack.
Ooh.
So, television engineers speculated that whoever was behind the attack had to have access to an expensive transmitter, as it took extremely high-powered equipment to hijack the broadcast. It's believed that the intrusion was done by using a transmitter to overturn the signal TV studios sent to transmitters that amplified the signal to reach audiences in the Chicago area. So whatever machine he had was so powerful, it was able to flip the signal that people were seeing from the station to their houses
Whoa.
to them instead.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
This guy's probably rich, or just has really good access, or came about some access to stuff.
It makes you like think like it was probably like a big group of people, because like the person had help, obviously. Miss Flyswatter, if you're nasty.
Of course, yeah. It was her.
Yeah, so the culprits likely used a high-rise apartment or a roof in place between the studio and the transmitter.
Ooh.
So they probably found a middle location between both places, so they can go, hold up.
Do you know what this is reminding me of?
What?
Did you ever watch that episode, the Alien episode of Hey Arnold, where they created the fake, they like transmitted images to make people in the town believe that there was an alien invasion?
I think so. I'm looking it up.
This has
Alien.
like similar vibes.
Yes!
Yes.
I do remember that.
That's like kind of reminding me, because they were, I think there was like a part on the roof when they were like transmitting the signals to get it to go to the television.
I remember what you're talking about. Oh my god, I remember when they were on the roof doing that. That's
Yes,
crazy.
I could like see it. I'm like, just like the Hey Arnold episode. That's a
so
good
funny.
episode.
They probably were inspired by this a little bit, because that was earlier on.
Probably that and your War of the Worlds episode thing.
Oh, down.
Yeah.
Right? When did this come out? 1997.
What a year. I wasn't
Wow.
even born yet. I wasn't even here yet.
So there was a quote saying, you need a significant amount of power to do that. The interfering signal has to be quite strong. Robert Strutzel from WGN's Director of Engineering told the Chicago Tribune the day after the event happened. So, you know, this was like a giant
Ordeal.
scandal, like, because everyone saw this. And that brings in the FCC.
Ooh.
Can you imagine working at the FCC too, like having to deal with this? Like,
I feel like this stupid thing. I feel like there was probably a bigger issue. Like, not alone did someone, like, hijack stuff, but that other guy, because he had showed, like, his butt on the screen.
oh yeah, that probably added to it.
That was
also.
probably a whole thing.
Yeah, I believe as well. I believe as well, so the second case we're going to cover technically happened before this one did.
Okay.
But I thought it'd be more fun to talk about this one first and, like, work back.
Okay.
So it's
Good to
possible the FCC was already, like, ready to be like, okay, like, well, people are hijacking signals left and right.
Okay. Ooh.
So the FCC launched an investigation into the attack. However, it never found who was behind it. No one took the blame for the hijacking either, even though the 5-year statute of limitation for the case was surpassed in 1992, meaning the culprits would not face any charges, even if they said, yep, it was me.
That's wild.
So they just never came forward. They just never did it.
Guys, come to us. Tell us, please.
Come to our little mystery podcast in
tell the
Pennsylvania
truth.
and have a chat with us.
It's like the shortest episode ever. It's like, yeah, we did it. It was me.
Max Headroom is still on your TV channel.
He's still here. He's still well, yeah, how would he come? Because he's stuck.
Literally.
He's stuck there.
Oh, we should just turn on the TV right now and just, like, see if he'll pop up.
Do you imagine? Do you, like, when you were a kid and, like, the service would turn off on your TV and then it was just, like, the fuzzy?
Yes!
Imagine in the middle of the night, you wake up and you see him on your screen.
Oh, my God.
In the static. You wake up and open your eyes slowly.
Do you remember back in, oh, my God, when was it? It was, like, 2011, I think, when they canceled live television, like, free live TV. Do you know about this?
No.
So they used it on, like, every TV channel. There were, like, a group of channels you could watch for free. It was, like, 6 or 8 of them.
Okay.
I would use it to watch old reruns of Survivor. It was
Fun.
crazy.
The essentials.
Yeah. And it was just so weird because it was just, like, at 1 minute, there was a Survivor episode on. And then the second, gone. Just static.
That's
like,
so
it just
freaky.
disappeared.
Imagine you were super into it and it's just gone now.
Yeah.
I'd be so mad.
Well, it's because we didn't have a cable box up in my room, so I was like, oh my God, I can watch 6 channels up here without anyone bothering
You're
me?
like, ooh, a TV in my room.
I'm like, okay, PBS Kids.
No
okay,
singing,
Cyber
PBS
Chase.
Kids. That show that had that crap show cake. You ever watched
Yes!
that? I love that show.
Stop.
Oh my God. Yes.
No, exactly. So that's why I was like, it was so weird at the time. Or like when a hurricane would happen or like a tornado and like the would start.
And then go, tornado warning for your area. Yeah.
Ah.
I'm like, I can't do this. It's actually just him.
Oh my God.
It's him arriving.
Imagine his face on a giant tornado. That'd be crazy.
It's Twister, but the cow is him.
That's a good game, actually. That's a good bit.
Yeah.
You might be onto something.
Yeah, I'm pretty bit-like. I'm a writer.
Okay. So, students, disgruntled employees, and radio enthusiasts were speculated to be behind the attack. However, up to this day, 34 years later, only people behind the attack truly know who did it. The cryptic broadcast, bizarre broadcasts, and the lack of people held accountable have made the attack among the best-known hacking attempts in history. So,
why couldn't they just, like, shut Chicago down? Is this one also in Chicago? Yeah.
What?
Was this case also in Chicago?
The second case?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Let me look. Let me do a little clip.
Because why don't they just, like, shut Chicago down for a sec and be like, who did it? Tell us the truth.
No, it wasn't. I forgot.
Okay.
It wasn't Chicago. This one's crazy. This is a standard, like, channel. This isn't a local channel.
Whoa. Okay, that's harder to track then, I guess. But
which, in my opinion, this person is also hilarious.
Ooh, love. Okay.
Before we get into that, though, what do you think about Max Headroom?
What about him?
Yeah, just like, how do you feel about this case? Like, this one specifically.
I think he's crazy, but I kind of like it. I'm just surprised they never caught him. I mean, I guess the technology wasn't as much there then, but...
Yeah. Or, like, back sourcing, data mining, like, IP address searching.
Yeah. Like, even to this day, I mean, I guess they can't go back and track anything.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I kind of love it.
Yeah, they never specify in the article, but I said this in the beginning of the episode, but I feel like it's possible that it was probably just a recording, because I feel like it'd be so much harder
I don't think it was live. I highly doubt that was live.
Because, like, especially if you have to interrupt a signal, and your plan is to try to disrupt it as much as you can.
Yeah.
It'd be better to just have, like, a video clip to try to...
Yeah, to just, like, insert there. Ooh, no.
So
I really
fun.
like it. I think there's a good amount of, like, comedic, but also I'd be so scared if that were to pop up on my screen back in the day.
Yeah, it's just like one of those like terrifying experiences because like I doubt like that could really happen today. Like, because for the most part,
they track you down so quick. They'd have the FBI at your door. Mm-hmm. So they're like, how'd you get in the system?
FCC
like,
knocking down your door.
Yeah. Ooh, FCC at your door?
The FCC won't let me be or let be. Now the FCC won't let me.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper.
You're a rapper. The FCC won't let me be, so I turn on my little TV and then I start spinning tunes.
Wait, that was good.
Thank you.
You're a better rapper than Eminem. That's crazy.
Watch out, Eminem.
Coming for your game.
Who needs Slim Shady when you got me?
When you got Slim Teeny.
Slim Teeny. Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah,
that's
Slim
your drag
Shady.
name.
I'm Slim Teeny. Slim Teeny.
All right, you ready for the next one? The next hijacking?
I'm ready.
All right, this one is the Captain Midnight broadcast signal intrusion.
Ooh.
So, on the 27th of April, 1986, so already, Max Headroom happened, 1987.
Okay, so
this is
right
1986.
Before? Okay.
So this is exactly a year beforehand. I just thought it'd be fun to talk about this 1 second.
Yeah.
So HBO was televising the film The Falcon and the Snowman when the broadcast was interrupted by a hijacker giving himself the name Captain Midnight.
Ooh.
The hijack, pulled off by satellite dealer John R. MacDougall, consisted of a message protesting the expensive subscriptions
Good for him.
HBO were charging to customers, which caused many satellite dish businesses to cease trading. While real-time footage of the incident was eventually recovered on the 10th of February in 2013, footage of a test intrusion conducted by MacDougall against HBO's signal a week prior is still missing.
Wow.
So the complete original signal is still gone. There's not like a big trace of it.
That's crazy.
So that's why I don't have a video of it, but people have like pictures. So this is like another like lost media.
That's
like,
so
thing.
cool. Also, the fact they did catch this person is kind of cool.
Yeah, can't catch Max Headroom, but they caught this guy.
They caught MacDougall, whatever his face is.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah, so a lot of people, the reason why I want to talk about this one too is people believe, I think I said this already, people believe that this guy brought, like, MacDougall inspired Max Headroom to do what he did, even though his necessarily didn't really have a political alignment.
He said, I don't think nothing about raising no prices, but like, let's stir the pot a little bit.
Which, it's also so funny, because we're going to get into it, it's so funny that they're mad about prices for a channel or like a subscription, because that's what we're doing with streaming services. It's
God,
so
they'd
funny.
hate it now. What year was this? 86, 76?
86, 1986.
I'd love to see their reaction now when everything costs so much money.
It's like, it's so funny, because it's like nothing's changed ever.
Yeah, and HBO's still kicking, so this didn't mess nothing up for them.
Oh my God.
And they're still charging. They're probably like one of the most expensive out of the options, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So, all right. So, in the mid-1980s, HBO and other paid television networks like Showtime and Movie Channel began to engage in satellite signal scrambling for their cable feeds. This made viewing their channels impossible without buying an expensive descrambler in addition to purchasing a monthly subscription of $12.95 a month.
That's kind of a lot back then, right?
Yes, 1986.
Wow, to also get whatever that descrambler is. That's so weird.
Yeah, because it's also just like, it's such a scam, because it's like they're changing the signals so you can't get it anymore on your regular TV broadcast.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just like trying to lock poor people out of watching movies.
I feel like their stuff couldn't have been worth it back then. Because I feel like, from my understanding, didn't HBO used to only, well, I guess it used to only be like risque.
Yeah, it was definitely more like graphic or
like inappropriate type media. So I feel like that was probably, I guess there's an audience for that kind of stuff, but I feel like that's probably, they had the people who would pay that.
Yeah. Well, even now, not to sound like a Karen, I just feel like HBO,
they still have graphic stuff, but I feel like they have like Scooby-Doo and like other stuff people just want to watch.
And the best show of all time, Velma.
That's disgusting. A moment of silence. What?
Did you see that the Scooby-Doo movies are now on HBO Max?
Wait, which ones? I've
like the 44-minute special ones they used to do back on VHS tapes.
Do they got like Witch's Ghost? I know they have some of the old ones, but I don't know which ones they have. Like, do they have Alien Invaders? Do they have Witch's Ghost?
I think so, yeah. And they put up the TV show that has them too. Like, remember when they used to do those like weird 44-minute specials, like with Batman and Robin and stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's up on there now.
Okay,
so you can watch it.
I was gonna say I've been watching a lot of the Scooby-Doo's. Cause that's like my go-to at night. Is to put on Scooby-Doo episodes.
Put it on.
Like,
it's on now.
Okay, yay! That's so exciting to know.
No, not to promote HBO. If you guys have a password, use it. Use someone else's password.
We didn't say that, but like, if we did,
MacDougall said it.
MacDougall. Yeah, it was all Mac. I blame MacDougall personally.
So, the vast cost of investing for an unscrambled programming led to a significant decline in satellite dishes being sold, putting many companies selling them out of business. So this was not just affecting like poor people, like lower income people. It was affecting businesses. Like it was like their greed was affecting people's jobs.
Even back then.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
So, among those struggling was John R. MacDougall Electronics, who was suffering from a decreased turnover once HBO scrambled its signal on the 15th of January, 1986. So, he was one of the business owners.
Good for him for fighting it, though. I love that. He was like, I'll take the matters into my own hands.
Literally.
I love that.
And I probably wonder if he tried to go through the normal channels, like calling them. Like,
he probably did. He probably did, but no one's listening to some guy.
Yeah,
like,
so he said, oh, well, I guess I have to hack the entire channel.
I think the only option is for me to hack the channel.
For real.
Did this guy go to jail? Wait, I guess there was the whole, like, statute of limitation thing, right? Or was that the last one?
No, it was the last one.
Okay,
but
so
we'll get into it.
Okay.
So, MacDougall was therefore finding difficulty staying afloat, even switching off his air conditioning to save enough money. I feel you, MacDougall.
I feel that too, MacDougall.
He and others, including the Satellite Television Industry Association, began protesting the necessity of keeping satellite services safe from excessive charges. So, clearly, he started going through the proper channels. Like, they were protesting and trying to have someone listen.
I love that. He's just fighting for, like, the bare minimum.
I know. Well, that's the thing is, like, there's a good cause. Like, it's so funny because this one's like, this is a good cause. This is a crazy intelligent thing to do. And then the first one's like Max Headroom, who's
he
just
said,
like,
let's be silly goofy. Like,
let me go crazy with it. Can you imagine if MacDougall met Max Headroom?
I know.
Headroom was like,
I want to collab.
You've inspired me.
They should have went into it together. Can you imagine that together?
Maybe he was the one spanking it.
Stop. Oh my gosh, it's his. Stop. What if this is like his decline?
Stop.
He like turned into Max Headroom.
Oh my god.
MacDougall is Max Headroom.
Cinematic universe check.
They're aligning.
So yeah, when the protests were falling on deaf ears, MacDougall opted for a more direct approach at challenging the situation.
As he should.
So now we're going to get into the hijacks.
Okay.
Oh, this is so cool. So, aside from running MacDougall Electronics, MacDougall was also working part-time at the Central Florida Teleport uplink station as an operations engineer.
Oh, so he's smart.
Genius.
Okay,
He's a genius. This station also provided uplink services to satellites, which provided the means for him to jam HBO's signal.
Nice.
So he used his own work stuff.
Oh, good for him.
That's so incredible.
Sounds like other people I know. Not Logan, though. Logan would never do that.
Don't get my computer. On the 20th of April at around 12:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, MacDougall successfully hijacked the signal and replaced what was being televised with a color bar test pattern for around 3 minutes before HBO increased its uplink transmission power to regain control. So he was able to hack this system for 3 minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in television
that is
terms,
a lot. Yeah.
it's a long time.
Also, I remember those color bar test pattern things.
Yeah, like
when there was static and they did the color bar pattern. I remember that.
No, for real.
Back
exactly.
in the day.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I'm gonna show you as well. Like the color bar test, because it's just such a has such an iconic look to it. Like you can't mistake it for anything else. So the incident was of seemingly little concern to HBO, as only a few select viewers were witnesses of this hijack. However, this intrusion would never have been reported to the FCC were it not for the second one that occurred a week later.
He said another one.
He said another one. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's so funny, by the way.
He would have gotten away with it if it weren't for that second hijacking.
Honestly, but you know what? He was stubborn.
Good.
And I gotta give him credit for that.
I love that for him.
So, on the 27th of April, HBO were planning to air the film The Falcon and the Snowman. Meanwhile, MacDougall is working at the Central Florida teleport, becoming the only engineer who was there in attendance at 6 p.m.
Oh.
So no witnesses were present.
He said, let's do it again.
He was by himself.
He said, I'm kind of bored.
No,
let's do it again.
He's like, man, he's
Not
probably
by my
contemplating.
lonesome.
He's probably thinking about it, like, for the complete week. Like, had an adrenaline rush of, like, oh my god.
He's like, I gotta do that again. I
gotta do that. The itch to intrude.
The itch to intrude. I gotta do it again.
That's just like you.
I know.
So yeah, with no witnesses present, MacDougall began composing a message on a color bar test pattern. Once he was finished, he aimed teleport's transmission dish towards the satellite Galaxy 1, which was transmitting the HBO signal. Thus, just as the Falcon and the Snowman was starting, the film was suddenly overridden by the following message.
Ooh, read it in a funny voice.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Good evening, HBO, from Captain Midnight. $12.95 a month? Question mark? No way. Showtime / movie channel? Beware.
Beware. I love that.
It got his point across so good.
Yeah.
So I'll show you
No way.
I'll show you the color bar.
Okay.
As well, because it's so crazy. It's so cool looking. So this is what happened right before, just like a standard static moment, and then this is what popped up.
Oh, yeah, that's freaky. I love that.
It looks scary, right?
It does look scary.
Yeah, if you're again, Google for us, Captain Midnight jamming HBO signal, you'll see this picture. It's crazy.
Oh.
And we'll put it in the video, of course,
put
as
it
well.
in.
But isn't that crazy?
I love that.
This is gonna sound crazy, but I feel like you can see a lot of MacDougall's personality bleed through just this. Like it's just so it's funny in a way. It's just such a funny message. $12.95 a month? No way.
I like the question mark and then that's amazing.
So like 5 spaces between month and question mark.
And then good evening is all one word for some reason. Good evening.
It was probably really hard to jam the system, so he's like, oh my god, I have to push these letters
He has
together.
to really choose what's worth it. Oh,
Isn't
that's so
crazy?
fun. Good job, Captain Midnight.
Captain Midnight.
My hero.
You have our hearts forever.
You have my heart. We make a shirt. I heart Captain Midnight.
We're new Mystery Files merch dropping.
Yeah.
Max Headroom, but it's my face.
It's I heart Captain Midnight, and I'm
and it's your face on a color bar test.
I love it.
Wait, you know how they do the little like circle, like the little caution marks at the top corners of like a color bar test? It's your face. Keep a lookout for that merch, guys.
Yes, one day. One day. So,
MacDougall had given himself the moniker of Captain Midnight in reference to the film On the Air Live with Captain Midnight. The hijack itself lasted 4.5 minutes. Genius, man. You're a genius. Although its duration was nearly cut short when an HBO technician increased his company's uplink transmission power from 125 to 2,000 watts.
Wow.
That's not like a little. That's like...
That's a lot. That's a watt.
That's a watt.
That's a watt.
That's a watt.
It's also a good song. There's a song called 2,000 Watts.
Really?
Yeah, by Michael Jackson.
Do you think it was about this?
It was in 2001, I think. So maybe.
So maybe so.
It was 2,000 watts, 8 ohms. Good song.
So, while this nearly overrode the intrusion, the effort to regain control was thwarted when MacDougall increased his power in response.
Yeah.
He crank that bad boy
said,
up. So
Watch out.
It's a transmission war, baby.
HBO, watch out.
HBO, watch your back. As a further power increase could potentially have damaged the Galaxy 1, so the satellite dish HBO controlled.
Whoa.
HBO decided to end the battle, with MacDougall shortly ending the pirate transmission out of concern of being caught.
Wow.
So
What if he would have broken HBO's satellite completely?
that would have been crazy.
I mean, I feel like they should have.
The fact that if they would have kept going at war back and forth, the entire movie channel could have been broken is crazy.
Forever.
Like, just gone.
That's wild.
It's so funny that they were having a war, too.
It's all just one guy.
Literally. Like,
Good job, MacDougall.
I can't imagine just giving up and being like, well, I can't. I'd do it, too. I'd be like, okay,
All right.
I can't bust this satellite.
It's just not worth it.
We can't afford a Galaxy 2 yet.
It's 1987. 6.
Literally.
One of those years.
Yeah. So, we're going to get into the aftermath of the situation. So, this incident made mainstream news, while other television hijackers, including those involved in the Southern Television broadcast intrusion and the Max Headroom hijackings, would remain at large. So these were other ones that happened after, of course. MacDougall was not so lucky. Following the intrusion, the FCC began a wide investigation to determine the culprit and narrowed their search down to 3 prime suspects, one of which was MacDougall. Further, MacDougall was overheard confessing to the jamming on a payphone off Interstate 75 by a Wisconsin accountant.
Man.
Damn.
Stupid payphone.
I'm at a payphone, I hate it so much.
And I transmitted things I shouldn't have. Poor guy.
Yeah, so he probably would not have been caught if that accountant wasn't a little rat.
A little stinky rat.
A little snitch.
Well, I don't know if the... Oh, I guess he was caught.
Yeah.
Well, he confessed to that guy, but also did the accountant say something, or did they just find...
Yeah, like the
phone
accountant,
record?
this person overheard the confession.
Oh.
Yeah. So snitches get stitches.
Yeah, accountant, watch your back.
We're bringing bullying back. We're going back in time to 1986, and I'm
Watch
bullying
out.
you.
Let's do it. Someone has to.
Not on my man MacDougall. Not on my man
Not
MacDougall.
Not Captain Midnight.
Not Captain Midnight. Not Daddy Midnight.
Ew. No. Reconsider. Not Mr. MacDougall.
Alright, so eventually MacDougall surrendered to the authorities, where he was charged with illegally operating a satellite uplink transmitter. He made a plea bargain that saw him to be fined $5,000, be on unsupervised probation for a year, while also having his amateur radio license suspended for 1 year. That's not the worst.
Man,
that
I'd do
could
it again
happen.
at that rate.
Yeah, like, I feel like that's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'd do it again.
I'd do it again.
And, of course, as we saw, him doing this caused Max Headroom to do whatever he did.
So good for him.
Yeah, which is more so entertaining than it is political. So I don't
Yeah.
know if what he did really
Change the game.
changed the world for the better.
Yeah.
But it did make it funnier.
It changed my world for the better, personally.
It made this case happen, so I
Yeah.
think that's what's worth it. So, while MacDougall's motivations were seemingly clear, some within the media were concerned that the hijack was a form of domestic terrorism, with Showtime Vice President Stephen Schultz deeming it as video terrorism. Okay.
Oh, God, okay.
You know what? You know what's terrorism? $12.95 a month.
That attitude.
That's terrorism.
That is.
While the October 1986 edition of Mother Jones magazine agreed with this, it also noted the security flaws of satellite communication systems the intrusions inadvertently exposed, particularly the consequences of jamming. So this brought up a lot of problems that was like, hey, if one dude is able to jam your systems, and if you can't get them off, and your satellite can explode,
Then maybe...
that's a problem.
Let's up our system a bit. Let's fix some issues we have. Our security.
Exactly. So that it was for the better in that regard as well, making
Oh.
things safer, just not from Max Headroom.
No.
National security was also a concern, with the Pentagon satellites notably lacking any form of defense against jamming. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The Pentagon doesn't have
Any form of defense.
any form of defense then.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
That's creepy.
Damn. Imagine
Oh.
Max Headroom found that just a little bit sooner.
They said, here we go.
So in response, this is crazy. In response, Congress passed the Electronic Communications Privacy Act of 1986, which converted satellite hijacking from a misdemeanor to a felony. In 2011, MacDougall stated that he had no regrets about conducting the hijack itself. Let's go!
Yeah.
That's my man.
He said, do it again, but not for the felon.
That's my boy.
That's my man.
However, he felt that his motivations behind it were misunderstood, and that the intrusion was intended as a polite message for HBO rather than a malicious attack.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was being polite. He said, no one's listening to me. I'm about to make a statement.
I didn't look it up. I just assumed. I wonder if he's still kicking.
Aw, we should send him a message and be like,
We should say thank you.
we should say great work.
We should.
Good work, Mr. MacDougall.
We'll find him, y'all. Don't even worry about it.
Don't you worry. If he's alive, we'll try to talk to him. Or at least I will.
And if he's not, Ouija board.
Mr. MacDougall.
He transmitted on television networks. We're
About
transmitting
to transmit the...
Supernatural.
Yeah. Come on now.
All right, so. So this goes into the lost media section.
Okay.
It's the last part of this case.
Okay.
So, decades following the incident, the real-time footage of the second intrusion was missing, with only the viewable media being screenshots of the message. However, on the 10th of February 2013, Kenneth Birds uploaded the full hijack to YouTube.
Yay!
He explained that at age 15, he intended to watch The Falcon and the Snowman and was irritated that the recording was compromised.
Ah!
However, knowing its historical significance, he kept the tape for nearly 27 years before making it publicly available, which is also really funny to do. In contrast, footage of the first intrusion has still never been recovered, though. Considering it aired well past midnight, it is extremely unlikely to have been recorded by the few viewers that witnessed it.
Wow.
Because remember, HBO was like, whatever.
No one saw it.
Basically, no one saw it. It's fine.
That's crazy.
So there's still missing media. Like, this was a completely missing thing that happened for a long time. And this guy dropped the second one 27 years later, which was one of the screenshots I showed you.
Okay. That's amazing that he just had it.
I know.
He's like, I don't know what to do with this. Maybe I should post it somewhere.
I know. It's crazy.
Oh.
So that's Captain Midnight, aka MacDougall.
Okay.
What do you think of that one? How would you feel?
I love that one. I'm kind of bummed he got caught. Like, I wish he could have done a few more of the, what are they called? Like, hijackings.
I am so happy he had an interview where he was like, I have no regrets about it. Because that in itself is so funny.
I know. He's like, I did what I
genius.
did. I'd do it again.
And I'd do it again.
I do it again.
Oh
so,
my God.
Also, he's like, I was just trying to be polite. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
Like, same.
I feel weird asking you which one of yours is your favorite out of the two, because I feel like both of them are so good in their own ways.
Yes.
It's like apples and oranges kind of.
I like that the second one was making a statement. Like, I like that he was sticking up for, like, something that he was like, okay, everyone's being charged way too much. Like, this is unfair. Let me try to do something to make a difference. And then the first one, I just love how unhinged it is.
Yeah. I just love that they never got caught.
I'm like, how'd you never get caught? The fact that the second guy was able to get caught, but the first one wasn't, and the second one was, like, a bigger broadcast, like, I feel like, in theory, a bigger broadcast would be harder to pinpoint who was hijacking. Meanwhile,
absolutely.
This was, like, the first one, or the first case, was, like, a smaller, like, Chicago station. So the fact that they didn't catch that person, like, that doesn't make any sense.
And it's crazy with the HBO one, because it's just, like, national. Yeah, like you said. Like, it's crazy that on a local level, it just disappeared.
They couldn't catch them. I mean, I guess maybe they wouldn't have the resources.
Yeah.
HBO, I mean, probably had resources to catch the people, but, like...
Well, that accountant was a snitch, so that's the only reason he got caught.
He was snitch.
Crazy.
Man. Crazy.
Yeah. So, did you like these? How do you feel about them?
I did like these. I definitely want to look up some more, just because I feel like they're very interesting.
Yeah, this is something we can definitely do, like, a part 2 on if we ever wanted to, just because, like, there's so many really interesting ones. These were just the 2 that really stood out to me, because I was originally going to do it on just Max Headroom, but now realizing a lot of theories think that MacDougall inspired him was just, like, really cool. I was like, well, I have to include both of them.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I think that was a great setup, because I feel like you get the history of, like, why this even started in the first... Or, like, who started this in the first place.
Great background.
Yes.
Yeah. So on to the conclusion. So, the Max Headroom and Captain Midnight broadcast signal intrusions remain some of the most infamous and mysterious moments in television history. Despite the technological advances in tracking such hacks, the true culprits behind the Max Headroom hijacking are still never identified, adding to the aura of mystery that surrounds the event. The eerie broadcast filled with cryptic messages and strange imagery has cemented itself as a bizarre pop culture moment, along with MacDougall, that continues to baffle audiences. But these broadcast interruptions of history will forever remain a mystery. Yeah.
Wow. Interruption.
We interrupt this program to bring you
bring you
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Dog.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you guys. We're so glad to be back. We love you and we miss you.
Yes, it's so fun to do cases with you again.
I know.
So nice.
It's so refreshing.
Please follow us on the Instagram at the Mystery Files
_.
Please give us a rating of 5 stars. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe, comment.
Yeah, leave some comments.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll go and see someone's commented something through, like, Spotify or, like, different things. And I'm like, I like to go and read them.
Yeah.
So please leave comments so we know, like, what kind of stuff you guys want to see.
Yes,
or what's working for you, what's not working. We want the tea.
We want to learn.
We want to learn for you.
And I want to address as well, I don't know if I said this on the last episode or not. I think I did, but we really appreciate when you guys, like, review it, because I noticed that we went up in, like, I don't know if you saw, we got, like, 9 more reviews that are, like, 5 stars.
Yay! Thank you,
and
guys.
that really helps the show.
Yeah.
That, like, boosts who listens and what people do with that.
Yeah, we're a small show, so we
We're a small
appreciate it
baby.
all. We appreciate every single person who listens, anyone who watches our stuff on TikTok, on the
Exactly.
any sort of stuff. So thank you very much.
And if you want to check out our merch as well, we have cute shirts of Tiffany and of me and of both of us.
Yes.
And some little cute cartoon pictures
We
of
got
us as
cartoons. We
well.
got. I think we still have the Barbie inspired
We do.
stuff up too. So we have different vibes. If you want our faces,
Check it out on our Bonfire. Look it
Yes.
up at Mystery Files Podcast on Bonfire.
yeah, and you can
Come
find
right
it all
up.
also in our link on our Instagram.
That
so
part,
our link in our bio.
linktree.com, the
our
Mystery
link
Files
tree.
Podcast.
The link tree is very cute. So if you at least just want to look at the link tree for funsies.
Stop.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. But yes.
But we will see you guys the next time for Tiffany's case.
Ooh, it will be fun and it will be scary, hopefully. Haunted.
Yay!
I already have an idea.
Ooh.
Depending on what I can find. So
Yay.
hopefully scary.
We'll see
Okay.
you guys next time.
Alrighty.
Goodbye.
Bye.